Hi guys, it's me Jimmy again. In this tutorial we are going to talk about the definition list. Do not get confused with the define element. This is the same order and unordered list but with the definition. To make a definition is very simple. You have to use the DL open, which means definition list, and then closing DL, which means the definition list is closed. So now is the turn to basically define something. I mean, like we use the li for list element in the previous tutorial. In this one we have to use the det stands for defined term. Det, for example we can say that, for example, we want to define the word computer. We just type computer and then the closing dt. Dt stands for defined term. Now save. Let me refresh. Computer. But where is the definition? To give that definition, you have to use the dd. Dd stands for definition, define, or define definition, however you wanna say. Dd. For example, computer is a system which compute the complex computation correct. And now we have to give the closing dd. Save. After you just save and then refresh. Now let me refresh. Now you can see computer. Basically this one is we have defined, and then this one is the definition. Let me inspect element. When you're inspecting element, you can see, let me show you in the dd. Now you can see dt stand for defined term and dd stand for definition, define or defined definition. So this is very useful. For example, if you are making some kind of website where you are giving a single definition of every word, you can use that. But let me continue on. For example, I mean, we have to define another term like, for example, if you want to define something like, for example HTML, closing dt, and then let me define what do HTML really mean. For example, it is used for websites, for web document is a real definition. Documents. So how it, I don't want to talk about CSS right now. I think that is enough. Basically HTML is just a structure of the web document, and then CSS3 control the presentation. Anyways, when I will start talking about CSS, then I will talk about it. Now you can clearly see this one is the dt defined term and this one is the dt defined definition. I mean, you can continue on. You can even give the br between it. For example, giving some space. To give a space again, br. Save, refresh. I mean, it's really freaking simple. Subscribe to my channel. I hope you get it. To define a list, you have to use a dl, define list, and then first you have to give the defined definition, dt defined term, and then you have to give the definition of dd. Subscribe to my channel. It's me Jimmy. Bye bye.